Valentine's Day gifts don't usually solve murders. This one did. A knit beanie and cheap gloves, sweet, harmless, ended up pointing straight at a killer who tried to erase himself, even shaving his own fingerprints. Here's how a love token cracked Wilmington's coldest case. It starts in 2005, in a quiet brick building near Wilmington's beach. Midday heat. Open windows. Neighbors jolt at a high, tearing scream from apartment 1A, Susan, 55, and her daughter, Mia, 25. After seconds of chaos, the noise dies. Tenants rush the hallway, banging the door. Inside, furniture scrapes. A voice, muffled. Then silence, dead, heavy, wrong. The super grabs his spare keys, fails, then shoulders the frame. The door gives. They step into a warm smell of iron and panic. Police flood the scene. 2 bodies on tile, blood spreading in slow, sticky halos. Multiple stab wounds, brutal and personal. No forced entry. The living room's ransacked, drawers yawning. A single window stands open to a narrow strip of lawn and hibiscus. Detectives drop to their knees, flashlights low. Outside the window, a scuffed patch of dirt. Directly below, a canvas tote tossed like trash. Inside, a plastic grocery bag slicked with blood, a kitchen knife, a clothesline coil, a beanie, latex gloves. The bag screams sloppy getaway. The logo? A poultry market clear across town, nowhere near the victim's place. The lab dusts the apartment. Prints everywhere, but they all map to one unknown set. No second offender. Whoever did this didn't need help. Neighbors sketch in Susan and Mia's life. Susan, elegant, polite, a widowed bookkeeper. Mia, ambitious, ran a buzzing coffee shop a few blocks away. Loyal staff, big tips, cash-heavy days. Jewelry often left in bowls. Word like that draws shadows. The super remembers something. 2 mornings that week, a young guy loitered, poking the intercom. Said he needed Susan or Mia, important matter. Walked off the moment the super approached, eyes down, cap pulled. Almost like he knew they were home. Detectives go wide. Everyone close gets printed, family, friends, employees, ex-employees. The list is long. Then a detail snaps their attention. One former barista shows with bandaged index fingers. Beneath the tape, ragged cuts, adhesive residue, a chemical sting. He offers an excuse, new job, rough on his hands. Says he's Michael Assailant, 20, a community college kid. He used to work for Mia a long time ago. They roll his prints anyway. The match comes back, almost perfect. Almost. Those tiny mismatches look intentional, scar lines, sliced ridges. They have him remove the tape, wash his hands, try again. This time the match pings loud. The super stares, startled, then nods. That's the guy who'd been buzzing the door and leaving. Michael denies everything. He swears he wasn't even in Wilmington, says he went on a day trip up the coast with friends and his girlfriend, Jenna. Detectives hold him, then head to his mother's place with a warrant and the grocery bag logo in mind. The poultry store. 2 blocks from Michael's house. His mother opens her kitchen drawer, stares at the empty slot. The knife the police brought, same brand, same set. On the balcony, a clothesline twinned to the rope from the bag, same weave. Back at the station, Michael keeps insisting he's being framed. Says, ask Jenna. So they do. Jenna sits, hands trembling. When they show the beanie and gloves from the bag, she breaks. She bought those for Michael on Valentine's Day. A sweetheart set. Jenna tries to explain the trip. The group left early. Michael, caught up later, she says, mid-afternoon, bright-eyed, acting normal. He handed her $3,500 in cash, said he'd been saving so he could propose soon. She thought it was romantic. Now she's sick. Why only $3,500? Why leave jewelry behind? Two answers make sense. Either the killer panicked when neighbors crowded the door, grabbed only loose cash, and bolted. Or it was never really about money. The violence says revenge. Old anger, sharpened and fed. Detectives press Michael. The story unspools. Months earlier, Mia found a $200 shortage at the cafe. She blamed him, scolded him in front of the staff. He quit on the spot, face burning, swore he didn't take a dime. The humiliation stuck like a thorn. Michael was in love with Jenna, too. Marriage on his mind, pockets empty. In his head, the math felt cruel, broke man, big dreams. He started orbiting Mia's apartment, mapping habits. Awake by noon. Cash at home between bank drops. A window near the ground. He prepped a kit. From his mother's kitchen, a keen knife. From the balcony, a length of line, just in case. From the drawer, a canvas tote. Into it went the beanie and gloves Jenna gave, tools to hide his face and prints. He felt invisible. He tested the building twice, probing the intercom, watching the super's routines. Each time, he peeled away when eyes found him. On the third morning, luck cracked open. The super walked a tenant's suitcase to a car, the front door clicked, and Michael moved. He buzzed apartment 1A. When Susan answered, he gave a line, "Power company, quick check, won't take a minute." The lobby echoed his steps. He slipped the knife into his waistband. He meant to intimidate, maybe tie them. That's what he tells himself. Susan opened. She saw the blade and froze. A phone slid from her hand, hard plastic clatter. Michael pushed inside and shut the door. His breath went thin. He lunged. The first wound landed like thunder. Susan dropped, gasping, blood pattering tile. Mia woke to her mother's scream. Bare feet slapped the hallway. She met Michael in the living room, eyes on the knife, on the red. She begged, "Take the money, take anything, don't hurt her mom." The plea didn't slow him. Rage had the wheel. He stabbed until she fell. The neighbors banged, voices layered, urgent, close. He checked Susan, she was still moving, rasping, and went back to finish what he started. It was personal. It was cruel. In the end, both women went quiet. The building held its breath. He sprinted to the bedroom, tore a drawer, found cash, $3, $500. Jewelry sparkled a foot away, untouched. He shoved money into his pocket, yanked up the window, and slid out to the strip of grass. The tote snagged, fell. He didn't look back. By the time sirens threaded the neighborhood, Michael was on a bus north, cleaning his hands in a restroom sink, rehearsing a smile. At the shore, he found Jenna, kissed her forehead, handed her the money. The ocean breeze swallowed the last trace of copper. The next day, word spread, detectives wanted prints from everyone connected to Mia's cafe. Michael felt the net closing. In a bathroom mirror, he made a terrible choice, razor to the pads of his fingers, glue and tape to muddy the ridges. It didn't work. Forensics told the rest. His prints on drawer pulls. Partial ridge flow on a glass. The grocery bag tying him to the store near home. The knife set missing one blade from his mother's kitchen. The clothesline weave matching. Every strand braided tight. Confronted with Jenna's Valentine's gifts, Michael's shoulders fell. He tried one last angle, said someone planted things, tried to frame him. But the timeline held, 2 scouting attempts, 3rd day, entry, money taken, later arrival to the trip. Denial couldn't outrun detail. In court, the violence mattered. The number of wounds, the second pass to make sure Susan was gone, the casual hopping of a window, the bus ride to a beach date. The jury didn't hear remorse. They heard a plan, followed to the letter. The verdict came fast, guilty on both counts of first-degree murder. The judge's voice was flat, the room cold. Michael stared at his bandaged hands, the same hands he'd tried to blur. He'd wanted to be untraceable. Instead, every step left a footprint. People still talk about the gifts. A beanie and gloves, bought with love, carried into horror, then carried back out as truth. In the end, it wasn't fancy forensics. It was human things, pride, greed, tenderness, that lit the path. That's how this case closed.